sons were provided for until almost 30 years old. Not just them, their baby mamas was living there along with like your grandchildren. So it's literally an impossibility to say that he didn't provide and he didn't do anything. The correct way to say it would say, to remove the emotion, remove the implicit bias, and say he didn't do everything that would have made me happy, but he did most. He did more than what most men do. That is a fact. The Bible says that a good man leave an inheritance for his grandchildren. He was literally taking care of his grandchildren.
They were
Literally.
living in the house with him.
They were living in his house, correct?
Wow. Okay. And so she just got mad when they broke up, and he moved on and just spread vitriol, made a book, wrote a book about it. Like to hear it, here it go. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all negative. Like he didn't do nothing. He was a terrible father. He didn't even help. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Even though he was there for the 30 years of these kids' life. Is that what's happening?
That's what it sounded like, correct?
Wow. So do you think it's maybe because, how long were they married for?
Almost 20 years.
So do you think that it was maybe so much going on, within the marriage that by the time it ended, it was so much hatred going on that no matter what he did, she just had so built up so much resentment towards him. But I think that's kind of crazy too.
In the beginning of the video, in the beginning of because I did it like a first part yesterday. I was real tired last night. But on the first part of the video that I watched, when they talked about their marriage, he openly said that he told her that he wasn't in love with her. He didn't want to be with her, and she got pregnant. They went to the chop shop. She said she was gonna get rid of it, and instead she kept it. So she was already proven to be deceptive. And on top of that, I mean, you can't really. Do you believe that you can build a relationship, a healthy one, off lies and deception and deceit?
Absolutely not. So that's
Okay.
where it was. So he got married with her anyway. Trying
Well,
to
he
think that
claimed that back in those days, because they grew up, in the South, etc. I think this happened in North Carolina. So apparently, the church in the black community wanted them to get married. They feel like it was the best thing to do, and it just didn't work out because, as he said, she wasn't really in it because, again, how can you love me but you're lying to me? You're trying to build this house, this relationship and marriage off the seed and dishonesty. We could have had a baby later on when we both agreed to, right? And she never said, well, I thought that I was going to die. No, she just simply said, well, I just decided to keep it. And I'm not even for somebody who's going to police women's body. My whole point is, don't get upset about how somebody respond. Don't tell that person after that you're supposed to do this, as if like what makes you think that you have the right to tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do when I can't even trust you to do what the fuck you told me you were going to do.
right. Now wasn't he in Take Six at one point? So did she meet him before that he started in the industry or whatever? Wasn't he in Take Six?
He was, but
Meet him prior to Take Six or after Take Six success?
I think she met him before that.
So they were like young.
Yeah, they was young when they met. I think Brian said that he was 21 or 22 and she was 18.
Mm.
Yeah. This shit wicked. Let me press play and let you hear it.
Was the end of
Oh,
that.
she
But by
must
that
have
time,
really loved that guy.
yeah. I was hoping so.
Foregoing
I was
$18,000 a month.
I was hoping that was the case.
That's a heck of a lot of love.
But when that stopped, she then came back and got another 250 on top of that.
250 what?
250,000
No way, B.
for a publishing thing I had gotten 10 years before.
Seriously?
Yeah. But when she did that, I put in there, like, I'm gonna give you this money.
Mm-hmm.
But you can never, ever, 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 ever again come back again. Ever. And I can document. I have all those documents.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You can never come back again. Do you know that last year she tried to come back again?
That's crazy.
And I swiftly had to send the letter back to Laura and say, did she not tell you about this?
You guys have been divorced for well over 20 years.
20 years.
So how does she continue to be able to come back to the well?
Well, she tried. And I think she may have been entitled to.
My wife says, I don't believe anything. The thing about it, babe, is he publicly won a lawsuit recently against her. Everybody knows this. It was publicly reported by accredited journalists and accredited networks. Just a Google search away. Okay? Just a Google search. Thank you, Nay. He won the lawsuit. I mean, we can say it's fake news, but he won the lawsuit. So, in that lawsuit, from my understanding, he won almost $10 million, like $8.6 something million, whatever. The whole point is this, right? She continuously, for 20 years, instead of getting a job, focusing on her own happiness, her kids' happiness, it seems, in my opinion, and my opinion doesn't mean that this reflects on every other woman in the world. I'm just talking about this isolated incident. I believe that she is a woman who is just in it for the money. She was never loved. He never loved her. She still managed to open up her legs. He told you, I don't love you. I don't want this child. She said, I'm going to keep it. And now they're here. And the only thing that's consistent is her continuously coming back for more money. Even though these little niggas was 26, 23 with their baby mamas living in Brian McKnight house while he on tour singing, sweating, working. Oh my God, ridiculous.
Some of that money in 2013 or 14, whatever that was.
Right.
But that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was the end. I gladly gave it. I'm like, will this get you? Will this end this?
Yeah.
It's always about money, Anton.
So
Always.
then at some point you file a defamation lawsuit. What is that?
Well, we got to start sort of before that.
Okay.
So that post was in 2019. It's been 6 years of this nonsense.
Right.
Everything that I've just told you has been sitting on my page. And that's when I said that I disowned them, because you can't try to ruin my name.
Yeah.
Try to ruin everything that I built and then think you're going to inherit. I think people don't understand.
Child, talk to him. Talk to these niggas, Brian. So everything that I built, first you want to ruin it. And now you think that you deserve to inherit it? Why on earth do you feel so entitled to first decenter me, hate me, but feel like you are deserving of my hard-earned money 20 years after divorce? So you're not cooking, you're not raising the children no more. All that other good shit that Nate and the girls was talking about last night. Oh man, she was cooking, cleaning, slaving, watching the kids, changing diapers, blah 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 fucking blah. She not doing it 20 years later. She got a new man, new dick, all kind of shit. And she's still saying, I wonder how I can get my rich ex-husband to give me another $250K.
Well, I imagine that if he was never in love with her, he probably that relationship was not a fun relationship. I'm sure that but they had 2 kids, so they, how far apart were they? I mean, he said he never was in love with her at all, so he just was providing, and that's it. He's just like, listen, I'm not involved in the household. You'll be the wife, but I'll just pay for the expenses. But as far as romance, whatever, I'm not in love with you. I mean, was he?
So this is what he said in the beginning, right, Genesis? So he was like, when they first met, she was, I forget, like some kind of model, right? I don't know if it was it wasn't Vogue. It was something that doesn't exist anymore, like King magazine and some shit like that. Anyway, he saw her, she saw him, they fucked. No dates, no none of that. That's how he said it happened, and she has been sued from defamation She hasn't said he lying. We was married and I made him pray to God first. No, she hasn't said none of that.
They
So
just up and then she got pregnant. 18.
and she was 18 and she knew that he was an older man. She had every opportunity to be with somebody her age, right? Who probably would have did her right. But Brian McKnight was a superstar who a few months later was allegedly going to California to go sign a big major R&B record deal, right?
Right,
So,
North Carolina, that's a big deal. He about to be paid. Girl. That's like down south, right?
oh yes, correct. So they're fucking raw, which again, from my understanding, just to clear this up, Brian McKnight never sexually assaulted her. It seems completely consensual on both sides, which unless she's diagnosed with any type of mental illness, I would have to believe that she consented and she was acting within her own autonomy as a woman, a modern woman. Do you agree?
Yeah, 18, she was getting it in. They 18, probably out there fast, probably at the thing, saw a fine, dark skinned dude, tall, whatever, and was like, yeah. And she was down for it. And here's the thing is that the whole thing that really makes it crazy is that he said, okay, you're gonna get the abortion. She says, yes. He paid for it too.
He did.
So she took the money. She gave him the money back.
She did not.
Wow, that type of stuff is wild. I don't agree with that. Don't do that. And if you don't not do it, give the money back. Like say, hey, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's your money back. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely agree with you entirely. She then when he came back, he said he saw her and he was like, "Damn, girl, you look like you put on a few pounds. Moo. Let's hit the gym." And she was like, "No, Brian, I'm pregnant." Right now, this nigga got a whole baby, thinking he got a. And this is after the record deal was signed and everything. So
wait, so she said she don't get the abortion when she went no contact for a certain amount of time till she was big enough for him to
she was still in the South and he flew to California to start recording music, et cetera, right? And actually, I believe they were in Huntsville, Alabama, because he said when he got back to Huntsville, she was pregnant.
Wow, that sounds like somebody was in her ear.
I mean,
8 years old.
That was a play because, and Genesis, I'm glad you're up here because you're a woman as well. So I'm gonna ask you straight up, and let me do the face to face. So Genesis, let's say if it's me and you, right? Mm-hmm. You're 18, I'm 25, 22, whatever. I say, Genesis, I don't want to be with you. I do not love you. I'm never going to do right by you. I'm out here in these streets. Do you have a baby by me after that?
No, not at that age. And listen, that has happened to me before. And I said, okay, well, and I'm not going to sit here with this baby and be alone. So
even do it right now. Let's say because I'm married, obviously, so this is hypothetical.
Even right now.
Let's say if I was completely single, you had no children, I had no children, and I came to you and said, hey, Genesis, I want to fuck raw, but I'm not going to marry you. I don't want to be with you. This is just going to be something fun to do. Are you going to have my baby?
No, it wouldn't. First of all, it wouldn't happen raw. And then second of all, I wouldn't have the baby. No. Unless she wants to be a single mom.
Now, let me add this caveat in because I'm just a sent God. Nobody care about me. But what if I was about to sign a multi-million-dollar deal? Then would you have my baby?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm not, hey, yeah, probably. I gotta be real. Like, I know if I'm not gonna be no single mom over here, like struggling, hey, I ain't gotta go through that, like get that vacuum put up in my vagina.
I agree, wife. It wasn't my choice as a man. That's why the choice was offered to her, and she agreed to the choice, to which she said, I'm gonna get rid of it, but then she did not.
I'm not necessarily giving them grace, but if a person's being honest with you and you still make a play, if you said I want to get an abortion, you agreed to, they give you the money, you still go out and not get the abortion, keep the money.
That's
You
demonic.
now that's like you're being deceptive at that point. Now, if you what you would have should have said was like, hey, I'm not gonna get an abortion, so keep your money. That would have been more honorable, but take the money, keep it, don't get the abortion, pop up later. Oh, I'm pregnant. That's deceptive. I'm
Now I
sorry.
do agree with my wife that she has the right to change her mind, right? Genesis. I'm not a fucking demon.
Change your mind, give them back the money then.
Giving back the money, but not only that, I think Brian fucked up by getting married to her. I would never build her up at all. We doing everything separate. I'm the star here because I told you I didn't want you. I don't want to begin to build a life with you, right? I would pay you a certain amount of money, or I'm gonna ask the courts, can the person who has more resources get the child, which is me?
Yeah,
Just that.
that probably would have been smarter. But I think back in those days, they probably, the church probably pressured them. They're in 7-day Adventists. I think that's almost like the Jehovah Witness level of stuff. It's like really
Fair
like
enough. I mean, maybe you're right about that one. Like maybe back in the day that like the church was really. That's why, you know what? Different conversation because the church be
it's not the
overstepping.
regular church. It's 7-day Adventist church. It's not like a Baptist church. This is like real
Coach.
hard 7-day Adventist, Jehovah Witness, even like the Kojic, like what's it called? CGOIC.
Yeah, the
House
Kojic churches.
all
Correct.
those type of churches that are like kind of really, really heavily serious, like where it's like that could be like and she I think was a church gospel singer as well. I think from what I understand. So it's almost like she it wasn't like she didn't have her own career. She actually was a church singer.
Yeah, from my understanding, she was a church singer, but she didn't have a multi-billion-dollar deal. I just think that if she had got with a man who genuinely wanted to be with her, I think she would have been better off. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, and I think that Brian, he actually did the honorable thing. He married her.
He did.
Could have just been a single father and just did it like that. 50 Cent style. Oh no, did he get married to that? No, he didn't. He could have 50 Cented her. It's like, hey, here's your child support, here's the money, whatever. And he probably would not be out of how many millions of dollars right now if he would have just said, I'm gonna take care of the kids and that'll be it. But it must have been something in that marriage because he had another child with him. So he was getting it in still. He can't
Now
say
I'm gonna break that down because she do got a video where she talked to Tasha K and said that he has some side children that he kind of don't talk about in his interview, but save the good parts for later, right? Let's go.
what these terms mean.
And shout out to Genesis for being over here.
And you, somebody who's created something, understands that when you die, someone is going to inherit.
Right.
You get to decide who those people or persons are going to be.
Correct.
Why in the world? And I see people say this all the time. There's nothing my children could do. I was like,
I disagree.
I disagree. You tried to tell people, because there are people who will say that there's nothing I can do. And that's fine. But just know you're doing
I think
it
that
based
they
on
disagree
lies.
too.
You're doing this based on.
Do you agree that there's nothing your children ever can do that will make you want to disinherit them?
Absolutely not. Listen, there's plenty of homeless people on the street right now that prove that's true. You know what I'm saying? How many people is out here just on the street, just homeless, and listen, that's it. Family said, you know what, that's enough. So that we have to be real with this. You know what I'm saying? When the kids, there's times when kids will get to bucking up and acting real disrespectful. So yeah, I believe that. Even as because we have to protect, we're human beings too. Like just because we're your parents does not make us like we don't have emotions, we don't have feelings, you can just say anything and treat us any old kind of way. We just still have this obligation to okay, well I'll just continue to be a doormat. But that's also in the rearing. If he didn't love her, he didn't. Sure, if you looking at this woman you don't love, and then you look at the children, the offspring of a loveless situation, you're not going to have any connection to the children. So that's the biggest mistake that she made, is that she had a child that he just felt obligated to, not necessarily love. Like it wasn't born out of love, it was more born out of obligation. So therefore, even though we say, well, she's 18 and he's 20, well, you know what? They both frontal lobes ain't developed yet. We can't just blame it on him and say, well, that she's 18. Well, he was only 20. So 20 and 18 is only like what, 2 years apart from each other. So they both were young and both inexperienced over time.
Right.
You know, so yeah. I
They
don't
both
want
were
to person
correct.
a pass and give the. I think that they both was. I think that he probably should have been more honest with himself and not dragged himself into a marriage, which I'm sure was prompted by other people to do that. I believe that she should not have lied and said she was not going to get an she was going to get an abortion, didn't do it, and didn't contact him up front and say, "Listen, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's your money back. Whatever. We don't have to get married in this because of this." You know what I'm saying?
I
But
agree. They should have worked that shit out a long time ago.
it's other people. I believe that whole relationship was founded on the church and everybody else getting in their damn business.
You think it's other people that's making money off the situation, that's benefiting from it?
I don't know. I don't think that other. I think that if anything, um, I don't see where other people could benefit off of that. What do you mean by that?
Because, for example, so like, and I wish he was here for the for it last night because he was really going off. He was saying that his sons, and I don't know if this is to be believed or not, so I'm gonna say allegedly, his sons was over there having parties when he wasn't there, driving his Escalade, driving the Benz, fucking driving the boats, using his credit cards. To me, it seemed like a lot of people benefited off of him when he wasn't even around these people. He said that there was people that like he would come home and these people wouldn't even say hi to him. They would be so high, so drunk, or just turned up off something. It just
So
became
the
ridiculous.
mom would allow the son to have people over there, high, drunk, partying.
Now they were grown, just to give context, they were 23 and 26 at the
I'm their
time.
mother. No, no, I'm the mother, and I let my grown son. I don't care how grown you are. You're not gonna come to my house and be high and drunk and hanging out and partying at my house. I mean, maybe the house was so big that she didn't know what was going on or whatever. Maybe it's because they are really big stars. So I think that he probably has a house that's probably like enormous, right? So he could be on one wing of the house doing all kind of wild stuff, and then the mom's on the other wing, and she's over here, and they're just over here wilding out. So I don't know, but I personally ain't no way my kids are gonna be up in my house getting high and drunk. So that tells me a lot about the stature of the mom, that the ignorance of the mother, because there would be no way that could ever happen. Even I don't care whether I like the father or not, just out of just respect for like, what are you doing? Like, so is the son? What happened to the kids? Are they like douche like not douchebags? Are they like deadbeat kids? Or like, do they have a career? Are they doing anything for themselves?
He's actually on that part now. So let me get back to the video so I can figure that out because I'm actually unsure what the kids do now. Let's go.
On lies.
I don't believe that they
You know?
believe that.
That's what I did. I chose and I've chosen who's going to inherit.
Right.
You can't try to ruin me and then think that you're going to inherit on top of that.
So is there any possibility of reconciling? Right. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, that they get their lives together and they take care of their business and responsibility and then they apologize for some of these things. Do you ever see yourself ever coming back from that, or do you just want to completely wash your hands because it's almost like enough is enough?
The time has come and gone for that.
Yeah.
How would you know that someone is actually sincere?
Yeah.
If they've doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down, even as of today, the threats, death threats on my infant son, death threats on my wife, death threats on Jack, death threats on Julie.
Wait. Someone says that they could contest it. No, they can't. If he makes a will and takes them out of his will, they can't contest it. Like, but if he died without a will, then they could contest it because, like, but no, they even can't do it then because if he's married, the estate goes to the existing wife that's married to him, and then she can disperse it however she wants. So technically, if he passes away and he's married right now, all of his money goes to his wife, and then if he doesn't have a wife, it goes to the children, and then it gets dispersed from that way. But if he married to this new woman,
He is married.
right? So that money. So if he didn't have a will, it would go straight to the wife.
So this is what I do in moments like this, right, Genesis? Because I can be wrong, and I'm open to the possibility that I may be wrong. So I go to my friend Gemini. Gemini, I'm watching Brian McKnight, who is currently married, and he says that he doesn't want his children to get access to any of his wealth. And he has a will that has removed them from his wealth. After he dies, does the wealth go to his wife, or can his oldest children contest the will?
The inheritance of Brian McKnight's wealth depends on the specific terms of his will, but generally, his current wife would likely receive the estate if she is named as the primary beneficiary. Regarding the contest, his oldest children can contest the will in court, but for a successful challenge, they would need legal grounds, like proving he lacked mental capacity when he signed it, was under undue influence, or that the will was executed improperly. Simply being excluded is usually not enough to overturn a valid will in the US. Disclaimer: I am an AI, and this is not legal advice. Specific outcomes depend on the jurisdiction and the precise facts of the will and estate.
Thank you, Gemini. So it seemed like Genesis was actually correct on this one, and unless there's legal ground, like his mental
Like,
capacity was fucked up when when he signed it, or he was drunk or high, or it was executed improperly, just being taken off the wheel is not good enough to contest it.
pretty much. So the only way, if he decides to, if he makes a will, he makes a will. The will's that's the will. Like, and he's of sound mind, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. He looks like he's talking pretty clear to me. So if he decides that, then that's it. And they don't get nothing. And I hope that they, make out with whatever they've already gained from the situation. But I think it's kind of messed up for them to behave like this when they were able to at one point to like pretty much get benefit off of their father. Like, why is there so much disdain for their own father? I'm trying to understand. Was he a bad father? Like, what was it that would make them treat the father like this?
According to their videos, and I watched their videos, they painted him in a way that it would be like, damn, look at this man kid saying all these bad things. He got to be a bad dad. But they show no proof of anything. So unless I'm just taking them at face value, then of course I'm gonna say, well, I don't know, he might be a fucked up dad. Look at how his kid's talking about him. But then he's saying, well, actually, I've been giving your mom $18,000 a month. You lived with me until you was damn near 30, and your baby mamas, and children. I took you on tour with me, recorded music, put you in, on tour. You quit. You have no work ethic. Said that the kids wanted to get out there and just do tour, but didn't want to show up for sound check. Right? Didn't want to have the discipline that was like that was needed to make it in the music industry.
So what it sounds like to me is that Brian McKnight was busy on the road doing all this, doing all that, and then the mother was the main one raising the children. So the children are a direct reflection of the mother's upbringing, raising, because he's probably too busy to be there all the time, So his thing in the home, because the fact that they're out partying, in the house while he's out doing his thing, come home, all of a sudden everything looks disheveled and people are out smoking weed, whatever they're doing, and he comes home like this, that tells me the mom was like something, maybe mental illness was going on, something like that.
I think that the real problem in their relationship, Genesis, is that it lacked love. They were not in it for love. They were not trying to be together. And because they were not in it for love, look at how this shit turned out. They was in it for selfish reasons. Imagine, Genesis, laying in bed with somebody for 20 years you don't love. Imagine going to dinner with them. I'm saying, really, like, how does this look on a day-by-day basis, dog? When you have somebody that you don't give a fuck about. I don't want to live like that. I don't even want to know what that looked like because it
Listen,
seemed like he was
to
unhappy and she was unhappy, and for some reason they thought they was going to create a happy lifestyle with two unhappy motherfuckers who don't want to be together.
man, listen, and I think Brian got the same sign as I do. He's a Gemini, and I think he's born on the same day as I am. And once you kind of, I know me. Once I give up on a situation, I could be still cordial, but there's really nothing that anybody could do to change it. I'll be nice and I'll do what I have to do, but there's really, and I'm sure that she probably felt it. Like she probably felt because Geminis wear they're hard on their sleeve about stuff, and they could, be pretty brutal when it comes to cutting people off. So you gotta I don't know. I think that that cutoff game is off the chain, and I think that that's pretty much what happened. And he just finally, I mean, after all those years, though.
I mean, and multiple children too.
How many children they got together?
Hold on, I'll be right back. Think I got mailman knocking. I'll be right back.
Does anybody know how many children they got together? Sometimes Anton walks a thin line but let me listen, I'm off topic. Okay, you don't know anything. That doesn't tell you anything about her because adult children are making decisions. Yeah, because they're disrespectful. What else? Somebody else say. Why don't he like his kids? That's the thing. I would think that they maybe, with all the I think that sometimes when you have children out of affluence and they're just kind of spoiled and used to just getting their way all the time, like they can become little rugrats. Just a certain level of what's the name? When they become bratty, because I don't understand. So if he allowed them to come on tour with him, I don't understand why they're not in the music industry, having a career of their own. Why are they relying on his funds to waiting on him to die to be in the will? It's like, bro, he has a little bit ways more to go before he passes on. I think. How old is he now? Maybe 50 or 60 years old? He's not even that old. Huh?
He's definitely older. He's definitely. Let me see how old Brian McKnight is to get a concise age.
He might be 60.
Brian McKnight age.
Maybe 61, something like that.
Brian McKnight is 56 years old, having been born on June 5th, 1969.
56
Yeah, he's
years.
not even old. Why are we talking about wills and stuff? Does he have a terminal illness? Why are we talking about when he dies and what the will's gonna be?
I think because he's so stressed out in his life, with dealing with this type of stuff, that he want to make sure that his wife and his children, the people that he loves and the people that he want to provide for, and the people that, and most importantly, the people that appreciate him and appreciate all the time and energy it took for them, not them, for him to amass this wealth to even pass along to them. He want to make sure that those people are taken care of, in my opinion. And at any given day, we can be gone. Again, a lot of people don't like this because a lot of people that support me don't like him. And I didn't like this person. But I'm going to stand on my principles at all time. Right? So when I say something like this, rest in peace to a person like Charlie Kirk. He never thought that he was going to die in Utah. You understand me? So at any given time, I think it's very important actually to have a will in place, because at any given time, something can happen to you. And if you don't have a will in place, you leave everything up for grabs. You put your family at risk, the people who actually cared about you, because you can have family that don't give a fuck about you, but they will weaponize their connection to you to try to get some shit, some money or something, a boat, a car, whatever they can. It's actually super fucking trifling. I don't want to get into no personal shit because it should get wicked. Let's keep going.
Well, one question I have to have, because I think Sunflower says clear favoritism when a man chooses his entire inheritance. Now, I would say this. Now, that is Sunflower your wife?
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, you're Sunflower, right? You guys work together, right? I don't think that there's any married couple when a person is doing something that they're not working together in some capacity, that they support their husband in some way, right? So I'm trying to understand like where the even the family, right? Where the family's not raised to actually support the breadwinner of the family, right? So it's almost like a thing where, okay, I'm doing, your father's doing this, and then the kids are raised up a certain way to like help the father. To everything is all work there to all support each other, right? In that family structure. Somewhere there's a breakdown because this is the reason why I say when we say favoritism, 50 Cent's going through the same thing. What's the other dude? The comedian, dang, was it Mike Epps is going through something similar. I don't necessarily mention Kevin Hart because I don't know exactly everything going on with that. But it seems like it's a common thread that they kind of get married before their career, then the career takes off. There's some kind of disconnect that happens, and then they create a whole new family, and then that older relationship has so much vitriol within it that it's almost like they choose the other family over the older family to the point where even the kids suffer. What do you think that is?
I think that it's about a lack of love. Like I said earlier, like let's say if I didn't like Shorty, if I thought, well, he just liked the white woman, whatever, whatever. One thing I can say is he loved her. And my wife, because my wife knows this. My wife, I got plenty of videos of my wife saying stuff like this. Women can just fuck on a nigga and not care. It don't have to be love. And of course, that has to be mutual, right? Men can just fuck on a woman. It don't have to be love. Unfortunately, she was in one of them situations where he did not love her. It was just something fun to do. That was it. He was a panty dropper. He was something fun to do. And I believe, even if, because listen, until I watch her video thoroughly, I'm not going to say if she was in love or not, but he for damn sure wasn't. And you know what? I'm not going to be in love with somebody who not in love with me. I'm about to sit around and somebody fucking face after they done told me I don't love you.
So look, Sunflower says black males like the biracial children better than the actual pure black kids. So do you think? But hold on, I think that didn't 50 Cent fall out with his baby mom, the new Chinese or whatever Asian baby mom too?
I don't know about all of them. I can only speak to the niggas that I know, like growing up in Detroit, and see the race thing. Maybe there's a conversation there, right? Then it's just to be had that maybe black males do, but I don't have no biracial kids. You feel me? So I personally can't speak to that. What I can say is this:
Maybe it's a cultural thing.
I don't like fathers don't like disrespect. Period. I don't give a fuck if you purple green. I don't like disrespect. It's just that simple. For my I just had my daughter iPhone replaced, and I kept it because why? She was doing stuff that she wasn't supposed to do. She was stepping out of a child's place. Her mother is blackety black, black mom, black dad. No white nowhere. At the end of the day, dog, sometimes it's about who appreciate me. When I give these, it's like, because listen, Genesis, I'm not gonna go into my personal shit like I used to back in the day, but I can really get personal. My dad just died and my brother just died. Niggas not sitting around talking about their legacies and what they did in their lives, their ambitions for our families. You know what I did have to go through though? Motherfucking probate court to fight for my father's fucking boat and his houses and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a right, in my opinion, to give that, like, those things to whoever the fuck he wanted to give it to. And it just so happened that I became the heir of his estate.
Right, you must be the oldest.
My brother ended up dying, like I said.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I know so much about the probate situation is that, as you know, my child's father by 10 passed away. And he had two kids, one by me and one by another woman, right? And so I had to go through that whole probate thing. And even when his mom died and the grandfather died, because he was the only child left after the sister passed on, like all that, there's a whole thing that happened. So people did not have wills. So one thing I can say that he is being responsible is having a will. I think it's kind of messed up that he is like on some, like, you know what, my kids are not going to be in my will. So okay, well, maybe the kids they got to experience that affluence up to that certain point. They didn't appreciate it. Maybe that's the lesson that they need to learn. Maybe they was grown up like spoiled and got too much too early and didn't appreciate it. They was brought into, they went on tour with them. They had the opportunity to take advantage of the situation. So how much opportunity can you just pass up before the opportunity is no longer there? And then you want to blame it on him. And it's like, okay, well, okay, you want to say, oh, it's the white kids. He's only focused on the white kids, and they're, well, that's how that transfer of wealth happens. Is because at some point, what was the mom? Why was the mom not caring enough about her children's inheritance, not to be selfish in the situation enough to like cause that much vitriol to happen within the family? Because I would say, well, before I would like create a whole thing, I would be thinking about my children's inheritance and at least have a amicable situation there. So what's
I
really
think
going on?
I don't think that she was really focused on that. You understand me? I think that she was really focused on really just doing her. I don't think that she was really focused on saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get the best relationship possible for me and mine." It was no. She wanted a rich nigga. I'm still. That's my opinion. I can't.
Did they get
She,
divorced before or
that's
after the kids got a certain age? Were they like of age when they got divorced? That I want to
yeah. They
find.
was yeah. They was of age. They was of age. Yeah. But let me get back to the video because I know I got to leave at 2 o'clock. That's like an hour and a half. But I do want to have more conversation back and forth. I did drop the link to it if anybody else want to come up and hang out with me in Genesis. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those things don't go away. The damage that you have done has gone so far that there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Is that actually my wife? Let me do this. Let me see. Hey, babe.
No.
Okay, hey. So, what's your thoughts, babe? Welcome to the show.
I think it's crazy to me that you guys are really sitting up here acting as if white women don't date rich black men and that they're not set up to actually search out and seek out men. If they do date black men, those are the ones they need to go after. I think that's crazy. And no one is talking about the fact that these children who are not connected to him by DNA, he's going to set them up. They're going to take that money, put it into their family, and spread that out amongst the rest of the white kids, right? And the rest of the white people that's going to be born. And yet, that's more wealth taken from the black community, as always, with black males.
Wait, those are not his kids. He's about to give
Those
No,
are
them.
hold
not
on.
his kids.
Yeah, no,
No.
no, those are not his
Only
kids.
one is
Those
his
are her kids
child.
from her
The other
previous
two are
marriage.
her kids
But
from a previous
before
marriage.
we get
And
into that,
where is
babe,
that
I want to
father?
break down point by point what you
But
said.
where is that
Hold on,
those
Miki. Let me
children's
break down
father?
point by point what you said before you just keep going. We're gonna go point by point,
I
right?
didn't
Give
know
me
those were his kids. That
seconds.
changed my whole mind. I'm sorry. I didn't know those wasn't his kids. Now I'm on your side. I didn't know those wasn't his kids. Now
No,
that's
the
But hold
biracial
on. Well,
one.
I'm gonna get to that point, right? But let me break this down, right? So you said set his kids up. So when he had the the boys on concert on tour with them, living in the house with both of the kids, both baby mamas, not paying no bills, driving Benzes, complete access to mansions, right, et cetera, et cetera. If you could, if you could, would you define that? Even if this wasn't Brian McKnight, if any father was doing everything that I just said for his children, and apparently the mother of the children and the grandchildren, would you consider that providing? Yes or no?
Okay. I said
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's,
Okay.
that still
So
doesn't negate my point.
okay. Hold on. I'm about to do it. So you said that he's going to be setting these children up. So can we say in the moment that I just described, where again they have access to millions of dollars, right? A fan base that they did not create, right? this fan base is spending millions of dollars. More than likely, it's black women. They get access to that black woman. They can say and they can sing new songs, become a superstar like they daddy did. Couldn't you say that that's setting them up for success? Yes or no?
I mean, we can say that. That still doesn't negate what I said.
But you said that he's setting the white children up that's not his, which
But the thing about it is,
that's
so
a true
y'all want me
statement.
to sit over and
All I'm
believe that
saying
these
is,
children are
it's
not
it's
benefiting? No,
hold on.
no, babe,
He is
no.
setting the children up in a wheel, but it doesn't
And
negate
they're
that.
setting and they're
It
setting
doesn't.
them up now.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's
Let me
setting
land
them
this
up
plane
now
real quick.
as
So I
well.
gotta land. I don't want to yell. Like my mic is turned up real loud. You know what I'm saying, for a reason. Can we please do one mic, right? I'm trying to land this point. Please. As I was saying, even if he is giving the will to the white children that are not his, he has took them on tour, giving them access to fucking record labels. This is trying to help them. This is helping them. This is literally, I mean, on top of that, at 27, almost 30 years old, paying for your baby mama to live with you, living in my house in my multiple mansions, using my cars. They never refuted this. They never sued him for defamation, said he was lying about any of this. That is providing.
Okay, your point.
So my point is, when they quit the concert, when they dropped out of school, and you know this because you talk about black fathers all the time, when they made multiple children without having jobs, without having a way to take, without the only way that you can provide is saying, Daddy, McKnight, can you take care of my children? That means that even when I try to uplift you, little nigga, you fail yourself.
And
it don't matter what I'm doing for these other children
still,
over here.
Darrell, I do not care. I do not care, because at the end of the day, you want to make it seem like, oh, these white kids are so amazing, that they're so good. Oh, they're amazing, that they're doing everything. You want me to believe that he's not having problems and issues with these white kids?
I never said
See,
anything about
exactly.
these
So
white
I don't want to
children
hear
once
it.
just now.
I don't want to
care
hear
about the
it.
white kids. I
I
don't care
don't.
about
I
the
don't.
white kids.
I know you
But
don't. I
aren't
know
they
you don't. I
Hold
know
on,
you
Genesis.
don't.
Hold on, Genesis.
I know you don't, because you have
My
a
father is
bias. Because you're a
Tupac
black man and you have a
Shakur,
bias.
and I
It
go
doesn't
on
matter.
fucking tour. And Genesis, we saw this with, I don't know, I think his name is Shad Moss. I think they call him Little Bow Wow.
It doesn't
Back in the
matter.
day, Little Bow Wow was going on tour, Snoop Dogg and all the rest of these niggas, and he took advantage of the opportunity. He didn't quit the
I'm
Millennium
not saying
Tours
that. I'm
like
not
Brian
negating
McKnight children
anything.
do. Can I please
I'm
finish
not
the for the
negating
audience?
anything
We
you
can get a
said.
concise
I'm not
clip,
negating
please.
anything you
I'm
said.
working very hard over here. I could be at work. I'm working very hard. I want like a concise clip so we can clip this and make money. Please. Again, Shad Moss, Bow Wow. You can go back and see him in videos with a young Megan Good, working, not
Okay.
quitting, working with
Okay.
Jermaine Dupri, right? Becoming the young fucking superstar that he was. What was fucking these niggas kids doing? Sitting down saying, Daddy, thank you for taking me on tour. Thank you for introducing me to fucking Genuine, Tank, Aaliyah, all of these motherfucking legends that you around. But I don't feel like working. I don't feel like going on tour no more. But instead, I'm gonna become a 2-time baby daddy instead. How is that beneficial to anybody?
I'm not negating any of that. All that's irrelevant to me, Darrell. I really don't care about none of that.
How is
It's
that
all that is irrelevant.
irrelevant? Go
It's
ahead.
irrelevant.
As
It's
ladies.
irrelevant.
As ladies.
It's irrelevant to me for the simple fact that even if you didn't leave anything to them, what about the grandchildren? They're not even in the will. They haven't done anything to you, but you're going to leave your entire wealth and fortune to
I mean, that's
non-black
fucked
people
up. I agree.
who's gonna grow up. They're gonna share this wealth or whatever is left,
That's
spread it
fucked up.
out. And guess what? He's not their grandfather. They're not gonna introduce him as their grandfather. When they have children, the children are not gonna grow up and be like, yeah, my grandfather did this and he was a white man. No, that's not gonna happen. None of that's gonna happen. And that's less money in the community for black people. Also, you think that wife is gonna share any of the wealth with his family or extended family? No, she's not. His family doesn't even speak to him. I'm not talking about his children. I'm talking about the people, cousins, uncles, aunties, nephews, friends. Nobody. Nobody. Y'all want me to sit here and think like, oh, it's okay for him to go ahead? No, it's not. Morally is wrong. You're right. People can do whatever they want to do with their money, but it's still, he's disgusting. And the thing about it is, where's that white father at?
I agree that his
Where is that
grandkids should
white
get the man.
father?
I never disagree with that. My bad.
I
I'm just
want to say something. Is that okay? First, so he's married to a Filipino woman, and then his son died of cancer. Nico. He said that he was born in sin. He has one son left and one daughter. So which son and which daughter? Because the daughter is from a previous relationship outside of the marriage, and then
Correct.
the son is from the marriage that he is speaking of, right? So he's
Correct.
mad at the son that did. So is he mad at the? Why is he mad at the daughter too? Like, why is it? Yeah, see. I didn't. I had to like start looking things up. So, and I didn't
Think
know
about
that.
the things about the daughter he's gonna address like I think like in the next like 2 or 3 minutes as far as it's like the interview part, right? But I have no argument against the daughter part. My only argument was that he is leaving this in his perception. Now that I agree with it, but in his perception, because he's clearly spewing it to millions. This shit is going to be on the Breakfast Club in 3 or 4 days, right? This is a fact, right? At the end of the day, he is making it clear that he want nothing to do with them, and he felt disrespected. The only thing that I'm doing is picking apart what he is saying as a YouTube journalist in my mind right now.
Right. But I'm gonna
Trying
say
to decipher why would he feel that way. He's broken it down. I
all
can
right.
imagine if
Is,
the things that he said his children was doing. I can imagine if we had kids run through here with all their friends smoking weed, and imagine if Blue Ivy fucking was running through Beyonce and Jay-Z house, and I can have you on tour with the baddest motherfuckers, and you quit. Next thing you know, you probably with two multiple fucking kids, and we say, oh, this is not a fucking problem. Yes, it is.
which one
I'm
quit?
affording you opportunities, and you're wasting them.
Hold
I'm
on.
not. I'm not
Yeah.
saying. But the white kids, the
Say,
opportunities you gave the white kids, they took it and ran with it. I got you. Okay.
I want to say
Again,
this.
I
Okay.
didn't say literally nothing
I
about
know
them.
y'all don't know exactly, and that's the point. He's not telling y'all nothing about these kids, and when he does talk about them, he praises them to the highest accord,
That
as
part is
if they're perfect. We don't know anything about these kids, and those people can be using him just as well, and y'all will never know because he's not going to say anything bad about them.
no. I mean, I would agree, but I didn't finish the fuck. I didn't watch all of it to see everything he said about. But anyway, my bad. Go ahead, Genesis.
I just want to say this is that yeah, that's sad. His son Nico passed of cancer. Then he has another son and a daughter. So is he saying that both baby mamas are just trash? And so he just now he got this Filipino woman and her new child, and these other children are better. So I'd rather give my money to them.
Yes, girl, he really is, and then he also named that new baby. He gave him the same name as his name, as if he didn't have a firstborn with his name. Ain't that diabolical?
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
Exactly.
I
See,
was just
That's crazy
I'm
to
not
me.
defending those actions.
thought that the new kid. I thought it was like on some like 50 Cent stuff where he got like some a new or Mike Epps where
Nope,
he's a
it's
new
very
family
contextualized. Like,
person.
and some stuff I agree with, some stuff I don't agree with. Most of it I don't agree with, but
Yeah, I don't. That's
but
kind of jacked up
like
to
creating another heir with your same name is diabolical. Not taking care of grandchildren is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not rooting for fucking Brian McKnight.
Honestly, I'm at the point where um I'm tired of him talking to black people. I just wish we talk to black men and black men praise him all the time,
My
and I don't
bad,
know
my
why.
bad. Hello, everybody.
So
Please forgive me.
for me, I'm happy
Yeah,
that
I can
black
be.
women are not giving him. Hey,
I
Nay.
know my
Hey,
background
Nay.
is loud.
Hey,
I said
Nay.
I know my background is a little loud, as usual. You know it currently where I am. The only thing I have to put with this, you guys, that's why I kept putting in the chat. What about the daughter? Because the daughter can't stand him either, and I wonder why.
This is the one that about the car situation, right?
The daughter, the only daughter that he has,
He
his.
All
has
right,
right.
so I want to get to that part in the interview before I address her because he break down that whole situation with her. So
No,
I
but
don't want to
I'm like,
like speculate.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Why can't and I'm like even before that he never really talked about his daughter because you have 3 children and you keep talking about these boys. These boys have been with you since they were what teenagers because you asked for you said you wanted your children. So she properly just send the boys on to you, right?
The only time that I saw a reference of the daughter directly was, oh, go ahead and mute it real quick, man, so I can get
No,
this.
I'm talking about the boys because he keeps talking about the
Yeah, I
boys.
was trying to respond to you, but the background was loud. That's all.
No, I'm saying these boys been with you since they were teenagers.
Yeah, I heard you when you said that.
Yeah. So how that's what I was trying to get to on the account of how does their actions or their uh, their behavior reflect on the mother if they've been with him since they were teenagers, where he can still mold them into men, proper men. How is that the mama fault? That's what I was asking. They turned out to be the same thing that you were. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Anyway, go ahead.
I can only watch the content. I'm not Brian McKnight, so I can't speculate to know.
All right, babe. Well, just go ahead. I just know that black males are disgusting.
I'm not trying to set y'all up. You can tell me what your thoughts about what Nate's question is.
No,
It's
I
hard for me
agree
to
with
answer
Nate.
it.
I agree with Nate.
No,
Did he
because
have them
he's
since he was
talking about these kids, like his sons having children out
girls
of
over, children out
children
of
out of
wedlock? Yeah,
wedlock,
like,
blah 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 blah. But they're imitating what they see because they've been with you since they were teenagers.
and then he say in his 20s and his
And
30s he was doing him.
I mean,
Didn't he say
you are
that?
supposed to mold them. If you are supposed to be the father of the year,
He wasn't a father.
aren't you supposed to mold them into a better man than what you were?
He wasn't a
Because
father. That's the
these
point.
children were not created in love at the end of the get end of the day.
So are we saying that like Brian McKnight is ultimately responsible for his sons becoming like baby daddies and deadbeats?
And I was like,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
I would say that. Yeah, they blame it on the women, and he had the kids. Did he not?
Wasn't he? That's all I'm asking. Wasn't
Um,
he?
I don't know.
I mean, ultimately, we don't even know.
When Tyler Robinson was arrested for Charlie Kirk's murder, I argue that his father should have been arrested as well.
Well, Charlie, Charlie, he says his
Yeah, I
father.
use the same premise that you ladies are using today.
I mean, yeah, I would say that too. Just like those children
Well, his
in
father,
Chicago,
this is a
what happened to
22
that
But
year
wife,
woman?
old.
you
Their parents are
disagreed with me on
responsible.
that stance. You thought that Tyler Robinson actions was his own.
No, not I didn't
Because
say
he's
that.
grown.
I blame this whole family. I didn't say that.
So somebody said it to me.
I didn't
Because
say
they
that.
were like now their actions are their own, but the example is from their father.
Are we
The person that
supporting that once people become adults, because his children are adults making these dumbass choices,
yeah.
that when we make some of these fucked up choices, we got to pay as parents? Because that's scary.
What I'm saying is, and I think that Nate is saying is that you are, when I say responsible, I'm not talking about pay the price, but we can put the blame for Tyler Robinson the way his
Here,
upbringing
let me go
came
back and
to
go
be
out and come
about.
back in.
That's what we're saying. Now, as you get older, children make decisions and choices, but
Cause I can't hear
it
nobody
sounds
else.
like McKnight, whatever, he didn't steal anything. When he talked about, oh, they having parties, people over their house, I never heard him mention rules at all. I never heard him say, these are the standards of living in my house. And if you do this and break these boundaries and standards, then this is what's going to happen. It's almost like he never gave any consequences. You know why? Because he wasn't a father. He wasn't. He was
He
just throwing
wasn't,
money at the situation.
he wasn't there, right?
He wasn't there. He didn't implement anything.
And
So
that's what
what happened?
the thing I was saying is that, if he's on the road doing his thing, and
Exactly.
the only one there kind of raising two boys, because now that I see the situation, she's raising two men to grow up, and then now he wants to say, well, they're not doing this and doing that on the road.
Exactly.
But
But
no,
my
you know
point
what?
is, Michi, like
The
me and my
road.
wife, we just had a baby, right? Genesis. If I had told her, I don't love you, I don't want to be a husband, don't want to be a father, I promise you, she would never had the baby, let alone
That,
two or
but
three
that's
by
just
nigga.
What
me
about
though.
the second child? Wasn't Nico the oldest one? He did. So what's up with this new one that he had, the youngest one?
Well, apparently he got one with the new wife or whatever, allegedly.
But Nico was the oldest. Then he had a second one, right? And then he had like something out of wedlock. So
Yeah, yeah, those are two sons that he showed at the wedding, and they was there saying like, "We love you, little white woman, and we like you about to be a part of our family." I don't know. Like
No, I'm talking about
he,
the two sons from the wife, the estranged ex-wife.
that's what I'm
He had.
talking about too. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking.
they love. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he showed Anton a clip that apparently nobody else had
But you know
nowhere
why?
else.
But you know what? Look, but look at it. His son had multiple baby mamas, but he got multiple baby mamas too.
Apple don't far
Yeah,
too.
but he
That's
not
what
That's
that's
begging
what
that's
them
what
I
I'm
was
niggas
saying.
for
saying. Like
money
I don't
though.
really
Like
understand it.
it's
They
not
watch what
equal
they
though,
father
right?
did.
Both of them niggas baby daddies, but I'm not begging you for money. You begging me. That's the difference. You if you're gonna
I
call out the
agree.
babe, if you gonna
I
babe,
agree
hold on,
with you
babe, hold
there.
babe. Let me say this to you. If you're gonna call out the similarities, I'm fine with that. But make sure you point out the differences too. And there are glaring differences in success. Brian McKnight, no matter what conversation we have here today, tomorrow he gonna still be an R&B mogul. That's a fact.
Mogul's a stretch, but okay, whatever.
What?
Mogul's a stretch, but whatever. Okay, he's not Jay Z. He's not Russell. He's not Russell Simmons. He's not Rev Run. So no, those are moguls. He's not Oprah. That's a mogul. He's not that. Um, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that the boys shouldn't have had some type of, you know, boundaries for themselves. I'm not saying they shouldn't have wanted more for themselves. I'm not saying they shouldn't have taken advantage of the opportunities that was also given to them and everything like that. But I also feel like nothing was instilled in them that they should take advantage of these opportunities. I also feel like nothing was instilled in them to say, hey, you have to work hard for this and that. He was just giving it to him, just giving it to him. He never put anything behind the context of this. He didn't raise these kids. He threw money at these kids. And then they grew up and got older. And then you said he had a child out of wedlock, probably when he was married. He also said during his 20s and 30s, he was out there doing him. So yet you got these boys, they're around, you're gone, you're in and out their life. You're really not teaching them anything. You're throwing money at them, and then you're making other babies outside and you're watching what you see, they're watching what their mother is going with their mother. And then you get another woman. Then they got a sister, don't barely know her because these kids are not growing up in a household. And then you're up and talking about, oh yeah, I got with this other woman. And her kids are just so amazing.
Yeah, that is
Boy,
wicked.
bye. Like, go somewhere.
Like, is it okay? Because he said that his child Nico, who died, was born in sin. So that means that he must be, because even to use those words, he must be still Seventh Day Adventist, is still some, or still really serious, try to be Christian at some point. And
But this is
then
a Christian man, right? Asking a woman to have an abortion. But a Christian man, though.
he
Okay.
said she was born in, it was born in sin, right? Then he turned around, oh, he's the baby was born in sin, but
Exactly.
Maybe it was actually the church.
daughter born in sin, or the only son that he really probably was married with, that he had, that was probably in a marriage, and was, so that was not sin. But what about the daughter? So do you think that a lot of this is really based on religiosity, that, oh, okay, well, these two kids are born out of wedlock, well, Nico and the daughter are born out of wedlock, I have no connection with them, and then the one son I have is out of control, and he's not following the Christian whatever. And this new family I have is all for the whole, like, Seventh Day Adventist whatever. And so therefore now I feel like the obligation for Christ or whatever to do it this way. Do you think that might be an issue, that this religiosity that he might be having?
I don't know. I feel like he would consider himself a leader, and a leader failed because your kids, they're failures, right? They're failures that's a
Everybody in
reflection
the
of
South
you.
care about religion.
Right?
Everybody.
I don't care about religion, but he's supposed to be a leader, right? So he failed as a father. He did.
But these niggas is different, baby. Like you never even been
And
to
then
the
you over
South.
here
South,
praising some white
the
kids that
Bible
another
Belt
man
down there
raised.
is really wicked, like on some super
It's
deep.
crazy. The Bible Belt. Oh, yeah.
It's not even like Nate. Like she
Yeah.
don't understand how serious it is down
Yeah.
there.
I
It's
understand how
horrible.
serious it is. He don't understand how serious it is because he asked his wife to have an abortion.
Well, let
I
me
mean, an
let me be
AB.
more
Like,
specific
yeah,
when I
like
say
I don't
this. It's
Because I was born
serious for women.
I
It's
was
not serious for men. Men don't.
exactly. So I don't want to.
Martell, I hate to even bring him up right now, but
Now, can we not even bring him up? Let's just continue. I don't even want to talk
yeah,
about him as a
like
man
men are
too.
not
Like,
going to
dying.
suffer.
yeah.
Your son is dying of
Go
cancer.
ahead.
Put a thing out and say he was born in sin. What kind of a, like, how religious can you be to the point where you're all like any love for your children just goes out the window, and you're focused on the sin that he was born in? So that tells me that he's probably a highly extra super duper religious person. And the reason why he's doing this is based on some kind of like belief system that he has
But
from a
see, I
standpoint.
would rock with that theory because I was about to play press. After this, I'm gonna press play on some real shit. I would rock with that, right, Genesis? But I wish he was here yesterday too, because again, I covered half of the shit, and he said as soon as he saw Soon as he saw his wife, he followed her basically to a fucking like a little port, like a little pier. And then as soon as he gave her a hug, he said the first thing he thought is, I'm hitting this tonight. So he wasn't thinking with no purity shit. Like he was thinking like the rest of us. He was doing the same thing he was doing with his first baby. He was trying to smash.
He's a bandit again, like we said.
What? The new wife, he said, I'm hitting this tonight. The new wife.
My mama, Genesis, I can
He's a
go
bandit.
back.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
exactly what bro said.
So what is he talking? Yeah, he's wow.
Exactly.
You
This man
feel
is
me?
trash.
He played this whole thing like she had an aura like I never seen. But I listened very carefully. The first thing he said was, "Man, I'm hitting this tonight for sure." Yeah, like maybe he did have the intention to marry her, but he for sure was trying to hit that. You know what I'm saying? That thing. Let's go back to the interview.
Nah.
That's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. So, okay. So now you got the judgment, right? How do you feel about this judgment that was ruled in your favor? I believe it was for $8 million.
So it's not about money. It's about what has been done to us.
Yeah.
What is that actually worth? She doesn't have $8 million.
Yeah.
But whatever she does have, as she continues to promote a book that's filled with lies,
Yeah.
when we got it,
Hold on. I don't think that it's appropriate because I don't think it's appropriate to call her entire book a lie. Some of it has to be true, sir. Like no fucking rightful publication is just gonna come out here and publish an entire lie on you and risk their entire business knowing that they can be sued. Publication withdrawn from every fucking e-commerce site and bookstore in the country. Like it has to make business sense and make sense at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Brian, I like when arguments make sense. I don't like when they're built on emotion. You're basically calling her book full of lies and bullshit. And that lets me know that it's probably not full of lies and bullshit. Which is why she was on Tasha K and you were on Anton Daniels.
does have, as she continues to promote a book that's filled with lies.
Yeah.
When we got it, it's just filled with yellow.
Mhm.
That's how ridiculous. There's no dates. There's no times. It's so convoluted and confusing.
I can confirm that. And I'm again, wife, do you believe that a publication would put out a book with 0 dates at all for the audience?
No,
What
no,
the
I don't.
Brian?
No, and we know that. No, and she has the right to tell her story. And you already confirmed a lot of. I haven't watched her yet, but I'm pretty sure once I watch her, I'll be able to connect the dots to the things that you said you did and the things that she said you did too.
You don't think that Brian in her book, she has something like, hey, we met back in I'm saying 92 at the BT where stuff like that. And then setting the scene at a certain time, who was there, who was not, you know what I'm saying? What Brian? This is what I don't like, bro. Make a real argument. Say that maybe she may exaggerate some things, but it's not a lie. And now I'm interested in buying her book about you, low key. Especially
like,
after
yeah.
I saw the Tasha K shit.
Right?
The narcissist. You think he's a narcissist?
He is.
I would say this as
I was
well.
on your side.
I would say this as well. The money that he sued her for, you knew she didn't have it. You knew she didn't have that type of money. You did that out of spite. You sued her for every dime that you ever gave her. You pretty much wanted your money back. That's what it sounds like to me. This sounds like a bitter man.
Well, he got 8 million off of her name.
I'm like, and you
Yeah,
knew
you
she
already
didn't
know.
have it. You just sat here and admitted that she didn't have it. So why would you sue her for that much? No, you sued her for all the money that you gave her. And the kids that you decided to take off her hands. That's what you did. And now she's still taking care of the grandchildren, the very children that you say you don't want nothing to do with. Right? Because if you look at her interview, just a snippet of her interview, he don't have nothing to do with the grandkids. He don't got
No,
nothing
he
to do
don't
with
have
it.
shit
So
to do
you
with his
should have
grandkids. Allegedly, that's what she
Allegedly.
said. Tasha K.
Allegedly.
He's not involved at all. She's the only like grandparent involved, which is so fucking sad. what I'm saying? On that one, I have to agree with my wife. Like these babies got to be protected. For fuck's sake, to the best of our abilities.
Has the girl came out, the daughter came out and said anything, or she been quiet the whole time?
I haven't looked for it. I've been so busy. But when I find it, I will find out if she said anything. But no, as of right now, I have nothing with his daughter on there. I do have his sons. Yes, I do have them. Shout out to everybody that's watching over there on Genesis channel. Mona, is that her name? Or is it
I am.
Mona?
I am Mana.
I am Mana. Shout out to Mana. And we got Jermaine. What up, Jermaine? Rooster. Shout out to Rooster.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
People can sit back and they can judge me and do whatever they want to do, when all they really had to do was go on YouTube and click, and you can see, oh, there they are as adults singing together.
Well, people aren't going to do their research, right? That's
You know?
just it's too much work for people to do their research.
But it's fun.
Shouldn't pause it, but anytime you don't do research, that's all I'm saying. You gotta relax. You don't.
Yeah, I
You
need to
don't
ask.
do research, sir.
Why? I hate him. I cannot stand.
God damn time, dog. Like you never mind. Let's keep going.
They can go on and write a lengthy comment.
Yeah,
though.
of course. Absolutely.
Seems like to me it'd be a whole lot easier, particularly with someone who was apparently so beloved. You know, it's funny to me when they say, "Oh, I was such a huge fan." Well, my actual fans were there,
Yeah.
and they saw, and they know that this has all been BS from the beginning.
Yeah.
Hold on, Brian. So you're trying to say the only way I can be a real fan is if I think you're innocent? You are a narcissist. No, that's like Tory Lane saying, "Oh, only my real fans are there saying I didn't shoot Meg." So I couldn't be a real fan and be skeptical at the same fucking time. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that king complex that sometimes artists have. And I'm pausing it also for fair use purposes. Let's go.
And I have a question, real
Sure.
quick. All right, 13 years married, right? So that means that he hated this woman for 13 years, or what? 20 years. You just up there just hating, just vitriol for 20 years. You can't tell me that was just vitriol for 20 full years of vitriol and hatred. I never loved her. I never loved. But that, I mean, how long could you just not love someone for 20 years and be with them? That's dishonest to me, because you should have been cut her loose. And so I believe that whatever she asked for, she deserved. She stuck through a loveless marriage for all those years. If he really says he didn't love her, he was like, whatever. Yeah. You know what? You know what I'm saying?
I
For
mean, if you can sue
Bring
for
up like
alienation of
something like Game of
affection,
Thrones. My
yeah.
bad. You got it.
alienation of affection, is that
I
what it
mean, if
is?
you can, that is a term. You can sue for alienation of affection. Like that, it literally is what that is.
Because you're married, she can't even find another
Right.
spouse. She can't even be with somebody that really loves her for all that time, and you just up there not loving her for 20
Why not
years.
just leave then? Like that's what I said. Like if I was her friend, Genesis, I would have said, "Bitch, why you want to be with this nigga? Go be with the nigga that want to be with you. Why are you with this nigga? You look stupid."
Because you
the
just said the real.
Bible
Thank you, Nate.
says-
You took it out of my mouth, Nate. I just said it. Then y'all just say they get done in Bible Belt, and then you say women are held to a higher standard by the Bible and resolutions in the
Oh
church
yeah,
and
the
everything
Bible
like
Belt.
that.
All right,
Then you
damn.
just say
Fuck.
that. So
You're
we
right.
can apply that to her.
This lady's a
All right.
gospel singer. From what I
Exactly.
read, she's a gospel singer. She's in the church, very heavy.
Yeah. They were in the church. Fuck.
Exactly. So my thing is, and we know that men sit in relationships and marriages that don't fit them because at some point he did benefit from that marriage, whether he liked her or not. He benefited from it. It was good for his image. But are y'all kidding me? Riding around, traveling over the country. Oh, I'm married, talking to black women and singing. That was good for his image.
Oh, absolutely. Like
And
DJ
who
Envy.
filed for
Yeah.
divorce and when? Who filed for divorce and when?
She filed for divorce. I did get that part in the Tasha K interview because he had the little girl.
Hello. So he done stepped out on her, had a whole child.
Exactly. Had a whole child on her. Exactly. Thank you, Jenny. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm like, I
Finally
don't trust
seeing
him.
it.
He's a liar. I
First
don't
of all,
believe him. Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm seeing the point now. Like, no, because I had
Yeah,
to.
like no.
I didn't know the context. I didn't know. I'm just coming in here and like his side, and I'm like, okay, well, that's messed up. But now that I had to like do some research online, I'm like, oh no.
But Genesis, he literally said out of his own mouth, between
But
my 20s and my 30s, what did he say, Nate? I was
He said
doing
that he
me.
lived his 20s and his 30s.
Exactly. He was doing him.
but guess what? That's the only time if you want to go back to the Bible. That's the only time you can divorce a man: infidelity or having children out of wedlock. That's the only time you can divorce him.
But I don't know, man. I just wouldn't. I feel like none of us would stay with somebody
None
who.
of us will.
Darrell,
No.
hold on. But Darrell is the same. This is why I say Darrell, my husband be biased. Because this is the same man that said Rashida was a great woman for staying.
She
Did
and,
you not say that?
and I respect Rashida for her
Okay.
choice.
So why didn't you respect his wife for staying and her choice
She
and
has kids.
Because
enduring?
her,
You see what I'm talking about?
hold
Gabriel
on,
be
hold
on
on, hold
some.
on, hold on.
Why would
Let
you
me give
opt
you
to be a
give
single
me an
mother?
opportunity to
Why
respond,
would
right?
you opt to be a
Give
single
me an
mother?
opportunity to respond, right? So I've never seen a video where Kirk said, "The moment I saw Rashida, I told her I don't love you. I never will love you. I don't want to be a father. I don't want to be a husband." I think on that terms, she would have never married him. He
I don't
said,
think
Lies.
I think
Truly
he lied.
said
I think
lies.
he lied, Anton, saying that because what man is going to say that? Come on now, what dude that's getting it in with a chick? Because how many kids they had after that too? That mean they were still effing. So I never loved you, and I never did this, and I never did that. Y'all still
like
effing?
I said, Genesis, my wife
But
is on the
Darrell,
record for saying
Darrell,
that women
take a
can be completely sexual and not love a
no.
nigga for a long time.
I
It
get that,
exists.
Darrell. I'm not saying that. I'm going on the basis of what you said. If you
20
can
years
respect
old.
Rashida for staying, then so basically you're trying to give a caveat or an exception. Well, if Kirk said
I'm
this,
not
then she
saying that
should have
I
exited.
disrespect
So
her.
then
All
don't
I'm
say
saying is Rashida is happy. She's not. Rashida is still
it doesn't
married.
matter. I don't
She's
care about
not.
that. We're not talking about that. We're talking
But that's
about
what
the
I'm talking
vow.
about. Why
You
not
said
go search
no.
for
You said
happiness?
you said she took a vow, Darrell. You literally said she took a vow. She stuck to the
Oh,
vow.
fair
So
enough.
why can't we look at this woman? She took a vow. She stuck to her vow.
Okay. All right, fine.
Okay, then let's move on. All
Man,
right,
I'll
cool.
argue. Yeah,
20
fine.
years. Listen, 20 years of sticking to the vow, and the kids is grown, and y'all still married, even after the kids are grown. Because I think that, I mean, how long did they get divorced? How old was the kids when they got divorced? Like 30 years
Teenagers.
old? So they was a teenagers, or was they older? Because
They were teenagers. They was like older teenagers.
so that's what 13 years of marriage. I think it said they were
12
married
and 15. They were 12 and 15. I remember him saying it.
Yeah, they were teenagers.
13 years of a loveless marriage, and then
That's
he's
fucking
still
depressing.
providing for them up to like the age of 30, and for whatever how old 30, they're still living underneath his roof. He's probably still coming over, smashing once in a while. Come on, let's stop. We already know
Of course.
what it is. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like he lying, bro. He lying because you know that he would stop by that house because he paying the bills. He feel entitled to that punani. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Come on.
DDG did.
He's a
Correct.
narcissist. Absolutely. Yeah.
Just like DDG did. But I don't know. I feel like certain people like wouldn't do that. Like again, like my wife said, she wouldn't. You wouldn't live in a like. Babe, would you live in a house right now that one of your exes bought just because they got it?
No, but also I'm not religious and I don't believe in the Bible. So for me, I don't give a damn none of that.
True.
No.
Yeah, we don't live in the Bible Belt, so
All I
okay.
We
got,
don't yeah, we're
I'm gonna
not
say this
religious.
as
So
well. I'm like, have anybody watched a family that prays?
I did.
And the concept of that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was going on when it came down to what's her name, Kathy Bates and her son and stuff like that? How she was in a marriage that she really didn't want to be in, the love of the
Mm-hmm.
marriage, just like with her son and his wife that was sleeping with Sanaya Lathan,
Mm-hmm.
but the wife was sitting there, no, I'm like not knowing she was in a pretty much loveless marriage and her husband was cheating on her
Yep.
and had a kid on her,
Yep.
and she still kept that man.
Stayed.
He
She
still
did.
stayed,
Yeah.
even though he clearly showed that he didn't love her.
Period.
Damn.
And one can
What white
say a
women do it
man's
all.
actions, and
Well,
one
they
can
do it
say
all
a
the time.
man's actions. And think about it, just because he didn't tell her, like he said, what Kirk said, Kirk didn't say he didn't love her. One, we can say that Kirk don't love Rashida out of everything he did to her. We
There's
can
an
say that
argument
too.
there.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. But we can move on.
And can I just say one last thing? And I'll let the video back. How many dudes spin the block, right? they will even let's take it just even outside of marriage, right? Because like I said, I know he spun the block on his ex-wife. You can't tell me he didn't. But just with an ex-girlfriend spins the block, right? They won't talk to you for a long time, and all of a sudden hey, what you doing? You know, whatever memory or whatever comes up in their mind, they hit you up, hey, and then they're coming over and they want to get it in, or then they roll back out again. They go on for a few more. They spin the block again. So guys don't never really leave their exes. There's only unless it's like a serious situation. I don't think that guys ever really leave. That's the reason why he's able to tell you that she's trying to talk to him again and try to come and get back with him because he's still talking to her. That's what's crazy about. He
He's
just
still in her. He was still in her face. That's why.
He's still he listen. He
Yeah.
on here and said that she called him and she's still trying to get back. Why is she still trying to get back with him? Is if he might not be talking to her in some smooth way to make her feel like that she has a chance of getting back with him. Why would she do? Why if he's cold shouldering her, treating her like bump you, whatever he's saying right here? Why is she even feeling like there's a chance for her to get back with him? So he lying. He's spinning the block. He's still probably effing her on the side. He probably been effing her throughout that whole after the divorce and throughout the whole. Then spin the block. They spin it like a dang on circle. So let's.
Once again, validation of who? Who you trying to get? Who are you trying to get validation from? Other what?
A male
Yep.
patriarch. I mean, this goes without saying.
Okay.
It goes without saying. All right, let's continue.
There,
Yeah.
and they saw, and they know that this has all been BS from the beginning.
Yeah. What's the future like for Brian McKnight? Because you've accomplished a lot. I think that you're at the tail end of this I don't want to say persecution, but this headache that you've had to endure through for an extended period of time.
Damn.
What's the future like for you? Like, how do you see things playing out? Do you plan on moving again? How does this end?
I got to tell you, having Junior in my life,
Calling your son who
Pedestalize the white kid.
and you already have an actual junior is diabolical. I'm just gonna put that out there. I do not agree with those actions as a husband and a father. Lord have mercy.
He say having Junior in my life. He just like he had stars in his eyes. Like this is the only child that I actually wanted to have.
That's because he created a baby with a white woman, and then he put that baby above all else. That's why.
No, a Filipino.
That's why. Well, Asians, they're white too. So
No, they want proximity to whiteness.
exactly, and that's the closest he got to it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Filipinos
exactly.
are more black than all the Asians.
Well, no, you can be a black Filipino or you can be a
Okay,
white
or
Filipino,
Filipino.
and he has
He's
a
white.
white
He's actually
Filipino.
more
Right? She's
white
white.
than
She's not a
black.
dark Filipino. She's not a brown Filipino. She's not. She's a white Filipino.
She's definitely more white than black.
Exactly.
That's how I would describe it. Let's see what more Brian McKnight got to say about his new heir to the throne.
having Junior in my life.
Child.
When you read in the Bible about how God puts these two people together and they're fruitful and they multiply.
Yeah.
I finally
Shut your
felt
ass
what it
up.
was like to be
The
in love with
Bible.
someone, to sit down and say, hey,
So apparently, God gave him the children that is finally going to live up to, what he need. What do y'all
Watch that child be a disappointment. Watch this child be a disappointment.
think?
Watch that child be a disappointment.
Well, listen, King Rooster said earlier, he said, listen, if I'm paying the bills in that house, I'm going to stop by and get me some every once in a while. It don't matter where I live.
Babe, do you think his current children are disappointments?
He thinks his current children are disappointments.
Do you think his current children are disappointments?
I don't know these people. But I would never say my black children are a disappointment to compare them to a biracial child who comes from a white woman. I would never say that. No.
I respect your
And
background.
this
Hey,
elevating of the biracials. And the thing about it is, he has so much low racial or no racial self-esteem at all. That child is going to grow up with a complex. Because we do know that biracials born to white women, they always have a foundational issue. They always have issues with fitting in, and they don't understand. And this is black man's fault. So yeah, that child is not going to be very well adjusted because he has so much anti-hatred and anti-blackness.
And he's pedestaling that child. Like
Exactly.
he's up there like gooey eyed about this child that he just had.
Yeah.
And that child could end up like, doing the same thing his younger children
Exactly.
did.
And be
He's
spoiled
all
as
the ladies
rotten
are in
and
agreement that
not.
he's pedestalizing the white children over the
Yeah.
black children.
Absolutely.
So everybody, so let me ask, so is this interview going to make you want to go and see Brian McKnight in concert, or is this going to like hurt
It's
him
just
as a music
solidified.
artist?
It's hurting him. It was hurting him before, but now it's done. It's
Was he
black women
better
got.
off just shutting the fuck up?
He was better off disappearing, not saying anything, going into his cocoon with the white people and being quiet and staying over there. That's what he should have did.
Listen, he wasn't even on my radar until today.
He wasn't even on my radar. Exactly.
Damn.
Because we don't care for him.
I would still listen to his ass, but I'm like when I think about it,
I don't even listen to him.
But
I
I
don't listen
told
to
you
none of his
ever
music.
since he stood up and disowned them children, them
It's
especially
been
black children,
yeah.
he hasn't had nothing but turmoil. And let's be clear.
Exactly, Nay.
You sat there here and said that you have had 20, how many albums? 22 albums. 22. All these albums were made out of it was a unemotional currency, correct? But soon as you get with this white woman, we can't think of a song you made yesterday, like I said. But we know all the songs you made with that black woman. Every single one. And sing
I mean,
them
the
to this
last
day.
concert. Remember the last concert? What happened with the last concert?
Nobody showed.
They canceled it exactly because no
Nobody
one bought
showed.
tickets. Because
No
we
one
didn't want
showed.
to. No one showed. No one bought tickets. They couldn't even sell. They couldn't even
Not
give
even
them
the
away
men.
for free. Right? Not even the man. They couldn't even give them away for free with a free meal. They couldn't. They couldn't. I believe he's going broke. I believe he's going broke.
He's gonna have to start a podcast. That's probably why he with Anton Dan.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. And even then, he gonna get drugged in.
Y'all think that's what he about to do? He about to start a podcast with Anton?
I think that this is the beginning of it. They're gonna have a marriage podcast because he barely, whatever. This is what this sound like. Because what else is he ain't got no music? What music he have? Did he have music out?
I think he might have a little bit of.
And it started back at one.
I have a little bit of soul in him left.
Who?
You don't think he can sing or nothing?
Like that's like Snoop Dogg gospel album. Y'all don't even know he had a gospel album, do you? Right.
Man,
there's nothing holy about this man. There's nothing holy about him.
Lord, they need bringing up God.
And then on top of that, Filipino people don't even believe in God. They believe in something else. They don't even believe in God. So I don't even want to hear this.
All right, fuck it. Let's
but my students is coming in. I have to let y'all go. Honey, I'll see you later. Please be outside about 2:30, please.
All right, bad. See you 2:30.
All right, bye, guys.
Thank you, Gently. You know what? You opened my eyes. I didn't even know. Thank you for coming up here.
I'm sorry, Genesis. I didn't mean to come off low. I mean, that's just my personality, but I'm all love.
It's all good. Man,
that's just my personality.
You know what the hell I was talking about till you came up here.
I'm just tribal. That's all. And I'm not racist or anything. I'm just tribal. That's it. And I feel like I'm over black man. They get on my nerves. I have no hope.
You got to end by saying the black woman is God.
Right.
The black woman is God.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
A woman. Amen. A woman.
All right. Let's go back to Brian McKnight being a total bandit.
Felt what it was like to be in love with someone, to sit down and say, hey, let's have a baby.
Yeah.
And to make that come to fruition, to plan it, to be there, to the excitement that comes along with all of the things that you dream about with that.
Was that her suggestion or was it your suggestion?
It was both. It's funny, Leilani's dad at our wedding was very prophetic.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us was thinking about babies. And he said, at the end of his speech, he says, "Okay, now you can give us a grandbaby." And we were both like, "Ha ha ha." But what you realize is that the person that you're in love with, don't you want to see what a life would be like that you create with them?
Yeah.
I'd never done that. I'd never, every time
God
that
damn.
it was,
What an asshole. What an asshole. That's an asshole. You know,
Yeah, that was fucked.
he's like 56, bro. You're gonna be like
I
the
have
next
never had a
10.
baby and and actually loved that baby.
Wow.
What?
So you wonder why your sons came out just like you, and mad because your sons came out just like you. Because
Yeah,
like I
they just he need a PR person to like be like, no, they should have been like, nope, nope, in the interview, stop. You know, when he said that bullshit, like, what are you doing, bro?
Hey, bro, maybe you shouldn't be saying goofy ass shit
He's
like that.
56. So you just started at 56 or 51 or 50. But how old is this child? 53, 1, 2.
He's 56.
But how old is the child? 1, 2? Because he up there googly eyed. There's still a baby, right?
It's a baby.
So that means that he gonna be 60 years old when that baby is 10. Come on now. Let's have a baby and I'm 56 years old. You doing too much.
I'm actually very disappointed in Brian McKnight. I try to tell y'all, this is a very bad interview. Very bad interview. Okay, let's keep going.
no, shut up, Daryl. You was
Sounds
screaming
crazy,
2
but it
seconds
was
ago.
Hey man, I gotta play both sides of the fist, my baby. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I got stir some shit up.
Don't be me. Don't be me when I'm trying to be diabolical and be devil's advocate. That's my
Some
job.
stuff I agree with, most stuff I didn't. Like
Yeah,
the
I'm
stuff
like-
about her getting 18K and her being broke now coming to ask for more money. That's ridiculous. I don't give a fuck. I'm standing on it.
I was like, hey, I don't even. Honestly, I don't.
But I also said yesterday, maybe go back. I said how he treated his kids and how he talked about them was the reason why I wanted to watch this. Cause I thought it was foul. But as far as the shit between him and her, they grown. Fuck them. That's how I feel about that. I'm staying to how I feel. All right, let's go.
a hassle.
Yeah.
It was a hassle of my own doing. I shouldn't have been with that person.
Yeah.
I should not have been with them. That way this doesn't happen. But my future is being there for him to make sure that he comes up the right way. You know,
not the other children and grandchildren you have. More like things that you're saying that's just fucking diabolical, to be perfectly honest. Like absolutely diabolical. Let me keep going. I'm over here chilling, bro. Let's get in.
I love my family so much, Anton. It's
yeah. Every time we talk on the phone, I can hear him in the background.
Yeah, yeah, because we're always all together. You know, it's not about my career.
Oh, you got more
it's not
time
about,
you can't make it.
because here's the
Okay,
thing.
we got it.
Yeah, man. I'll be talking to Anton in the background, man. Yeah, it's my dog.
Maybe if he would have spent as much time with his other children, he probably wouldn't have this problem.
Damn. No, I think he might still have this problem because he treat their mom bad. I couldn't imagine treating my kids good and I show their mom all the time and think that we're gonna have a good relationship. Shit always gonna be fucked up because I treat their mom like shit. That's just what it is.
So I'm like, I'm still waiting on this interview. He produced the interview where his ex-wife said he was a horrible husband. I was like,
A horrible husband?
Yeah, because he said that she was going around pretty much talking about he was horrible.
Talking about Julie McKnight?
Yeah. I said, well, produce this
yeah,
interview.
I remember I showed you a little bit of interview yesterday, but you said
No.
sleeping.
I'm talking about before then.
Oh, you talking about like when they was younger?
Yeah, where she going around?
No. She was pretty much tucked away.
Yeah, I was like, because it was a segment where he was talking about the radio station. Oh, that had to be one of her friends or something like that. I'm like, hi, what? What you mean? But I'm going too far back. Go ahead.
No, you good. Let's go.
If I was wrong, and all these people who used to love me hate me, wouldn't I just reconcile?
Yeah.
Just to get those people back?
You've been quiet for a very long time.
Well, yeah.
A very long
Yeah,
time.
I was quiet. But somehow they always find some sort of way to. I was quiet right after all that happened, and then our daughter Julia graduated with her master's, and she got a new BMW.
Now this is where the daughter shit come in.
Okay, all right. Let's see
Okay.
what you say about
So
her.
you
I'm
said your daughter graduated with her master's, so one of your children are successful. I thought they all was.
Is he gonna be on the wheel, or is only the boys off the wheel?
But I
Is
thought
all the
It's
kids?
about to get wicked, right? So this is a conversation that everybody was talking about, how he bought her something like that, and then he only gave his daughter a certain amount of money. But I like the fact that he is, in my opinion, trying to be transparent about the good and bad about their relationship. But go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. That's all I have to say. No
So
response.
your sons ain't shit because you taught them not to be shit. But the like taught them how to be shit because you, like I said, you had them since they were teenagers. Now you didn't instill in them. You need to go get your education. You need to do this. You need to do that. Oh, you took them on tour and showed them the life of a star. So you didn't cultivate no type of responsibility in your children in your sons, and then expect them to be responsible, right? But the daughter, as usual, goes to college, and gets her master's.
I wonder if she's mixed too. I don't know.
No, she black.
Okay.
No, I think her mom is for sure black. All right, let's get to them.
Daughter Julia graduated with her master's, and she got a new BMW. A year later, the Shade Room goes and finds that and says, "Oh, he didn't do this for his black kids." It's like they had 5 brand new cars before they were 21. What are you talking about?
Right.
But y'all don't. That was before social media, so you didn't get to see that. They'll always find a way. It's like, well, you're washed up. You're this. Well, it sure doesn't seem like it, because anything I do, I breathe too hard, and y'all are running away with it.
Right.
You know. Even when it comes down to the naming of my son.
All right, so we gotta think about that, because he just basically addressed the whole shit with the Shade Room, saying, "Hey, yeah, I already bought my kids multiple fucking Benzes." So, and I had a feeling that was going to be the conversation. They were saying, because my wife brought that shit up yesterday, saying that, hey, he did some shit for his white kids that he didn't do for his black kids. I'm thinking, you probably already bought them niggas multiple Benzes, multiple houses, paid for all kind of shit. Why are we tripping about what he's doing for his new family now?
Goddamn house they live with him. Why are you talking about? And they was driving his.
But they was driving his cars and shit, so you basically got a Benz.
You know, they was driving his Benz. He went and got her a Benz. Like I said, you taught these children to be irresponsible because you were irresponsible. But the responsible white girl, the responsible white girl gets everything. Okay, we got it. Go ahead.
Oh, he said that Julie is his stepdaughter. That's not even his real child. Like what?
That'd be crazy if I found out that wasn't even his real child.
Wait. So
that is not his real child. That's why he said
the female child that got the masters is a white woman, a white child. What?
And I gotta do more research on this nigga. I'm trying to defend this nigga's over.
You know, that was always going to be his name.
Yeah.
The problem is that this other person decided he wanted to ruin that name. So, in 1850, Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
Niggas start bringing up 1850, child.
But wait. Did he just call his other child other person?
He did.
My other son. Oh, okay.
He did. I mean, it's clear that he has a very bad relationship with them, and he gonna say a whole bunch of fucked up shit about them. That ain't gonna lie, and I disagree with that shit. I have no defense for Brian McKnight on that shit. And Victor is not funny, so don't be laughing in the chat, man. It's not funny.
That this other person decided he wanted to ruin that name. So, In 1850, Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote The Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
His Scarlet Letter is that old name. He can have it. Since you tried to ruin it, you can have it, and you can explain.
Because you legally changed. A lot of people may not know.
I changed my name to be my son's name.
Right. You legally changed. Well, you still have Brian McKnight.
Yeah, but my middle names, our middle names, and now he's my junior, and that's who he is.
Right.
He was made from love. And even the whole products of sin thing that I was saying that they weren't made from love, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
When you start things the wrong way, this is probably what's going to happen. Making somebody choose between the parents as one of the parents is one of the most wrong things you can possibly do.
Yeah.
We all had a great relationship.
No. I feel like you're not taking accountability for getting her pregnant multiple times, never loving her, never trying to actually focus on building a relationship with her, but still busting nuts in her. That is diabolical. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Brian McKnight has a biological daughter named Brianna McKnight. He reportedly also has another biological daughter named Bria Lynn.
Is that about a black woman or the white woman?
I think that the Brianna might be the one he's talking about with the master's degree, because Jules is a child.
Okay. Which one didn't he like, because people were saying that he basically fucked over one of his daughters, and the other one, he gave her, listen, I'm so confused when it comes to this Brian McKnight shit, and I'm high. His current wife has 2 children. Wife, break it down for us in the chat. Let me actually focus now. Let's get it.
The one part of this whole situation that wasn't there was that their mother didn't get participate in this new life. So they can't.
Right.
So
what advice would you give to younger guys that are considering getting married early or considering having a child early? What is the recommended age? And I know it's based off of maturity, but if we just had to
I don't think guys should have children early. I think you should focus on school, focus on graduating, focus on getting a job, focus on building some type of stability. Otherwise, I don't think you should be having any children, man. But I got to get ready, guys, to get out of here. I might do a part 3.
And I want to say this. Back in the day, fathers used to like teach their young offspring, boys, how to be responsible, teach them how to have a trade, things like that. The fathers were in the lives, and whatever the father knew, he passed down to the sons, and then they could do that trade. But now, because there is like this lapse in fathers in the household, you have a lot of like men that are like just, kind of winging it, and so they're having kids. Like, I don't understand why even he would even have any advice for anybody. He needs to just cut down on giving advice to anyone, because he's the terrible example to give any advice from, as far as how to do, any offense. He needs to cut it down.
Exactly. I agree. And then I'm going to say this. I wonder who his pastor is. Because his pastor is not holding him accountable. Because his pastor would have been on his head. Dude, what are you doing, sir? This is a bad representation of us black men, sir. We already have a bad rep, sir. Why are you making it worse, sir?
Do you think that
he's not surrounded by...
You think Anton should give Brian McKnight advice because Anton has been married for 20 years?
I mean, in a loveless marriage, that sounds great. I would say this. He's probably in a Filipino Seventh-day Adventist church, because a lot of Asians are Seventh-day Adventists. He's probably still Seventh-day Adventist. That's why he's up there talking about God and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, being 100% like off the Richter scales and not being godly. So to me, it's like, what are we talking about? Like, when God gave me my youngest child and he just lights up, it's like, well, like, I don't know, something like might happen with men once they reach like that age of like 50. They realize how important children are, and then he's pretty much a grandfather to his own child. He's like, his own grandfather, father at the same time. So that he's having that new thing of, oh, baby, but he missed the other ones, and now he's spending time and doing the things he probably should have done with his other children.
I actually agree. Nay, any final thoughts?
Y'all have a good day. Brian McKnight in the bed. Bye.
They gotta go to work. All right, we'll see y'all later. Thank you, Genesis, for popping up.
Another show with my friend Dua. I'm just waiting on him. He's like 80 years old. We're about to be talking about all this crazy stuff. So if you got all my audience, if you get a chance, please check me out in about like maybe an hour or so. I'll be doing that show. So much love, guys.
I'll tap in.
All right, for sure.
All right, thank you, my love. You have a good evening.